Okay, I'm back. This will be the fifth time I've tried to make this video. I've gained a whole new respect for YouTube video creators because this is a very frustrating process. So what I'm going to try to do is finish this entire project in one sitting because I'm entirely exhausted with making and remaking videos. So I apologize if this is not very smooth, but this is my first attempt at this. So please be patient. Thank you for your cooperation. Here I am in my Visual Studio code behind file. As you can see, I've initiated my Firebase config with my authentication secret in the base path. I've declared a Firebase client and initialized that client, instantiated the client in the main form constructor. When I go to the designer, my main form I've resized to 650 by 550. You can resize it to whatever you want. I've also dragged a timer object from my toolbox onto my form. When you drag the timer object onto the form, you'll see it here and not on the form itself. I'm going to click the timer object, go to the events, double click the click event, and I'm going to write date time equals date time dot now. And I'm gonna go back to my designer and I'm going to drag a panel. And I'm gonna drag two labels. I'm just gonna drag one label. Click the properties. I'm gonna disable auto size. I'm gonna go to text alignment and click middle center. And I'm gonna click this. I'm actually gonna change the border so I can see it better. Fixed angle. I'm gonna click it and click the control button and then just drag it, and that duplicates it. Over here, I'm going to put current time. I'm going to resize this just a bit. And here, I'm going to delete the text and rename this time label. Okay. I'm going to change the color of this background just so we can see it better. Go to properties, go to background color. I'm going to change this to control dark. And I'm going to just move this over here. Actually, I should change this to something dark as well. So I'm going to change this background. I don't know, maybe just black. And then change the fore color to white just so we can see it better. And then change the font to bold. I'm going to drag this up here. I'm going to go here and grab a picture box. I've already got some pictures saved. So I'm going to go to choose image, local resource, import. This is a folder of icons that I already have. I'm just going to use this icon. Click OK. Go here and click zoom. That way it'll automatically resize every time you resize the image. I'm going to drag this image into this panel and I'm going to dock it at the bottom and then drag it all the way to the top. Drag the entire panel and put it into the center. Go back to my code behind, and here we're going to say timelabel.text timelabel.text equals this date time object up here dot toString. And up here at the constructor for the form, I'm going to start my timer object, timer1.start. And this should give us a running current date and time for the timer label here. And I'm just going to drag this up just a bit more. There we go. So save, build, start, connection established, and it's working. Looks like I need to fix that text alignment. So just click this, go to properties, text alignment, middle center. How about this? Let's try that. Connection established. Okay, it's not working. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that text alignment. Let's try this. Okay, save, rebuild. Oh, I see, it's too long. Okay, it's not long enough actually. So let's shorten this a bit. And hopefully this will fix it. A lot of programming seems to be trial and error. There we go, good. So now every time you load up the screen, you'll see this this panel with this icon and the current time running constantly. Okay, so next I'm going to actually recreate this form. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this form and I think I want to create a home page so that whenever I click off of the other forms, it goes to a homepage form that mirrors this form. So what I'm gonna do is actually take another panel. Well, first I'm gonna get a menu tool strip, drag it here, and then I'm gonna take this panel and actually dock it into the full form. There we go. So I'm gonna move these to the center. And this form, this panel rather, is 634 by 487. So I'm gonna copy that. And then I'm gonna go to my Solution Explorer and add a new Windows form. And I'm going to name this homepage .cs. First thing I'm going to do is go to Properties, resize it to the size of the panel, and I'm going to go to Form Border Style and make that equal none. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to click this main form. And I'm going to go to my view code. Well, first, actually, I want to add my menu buttons. So go back to the designer, and I'm going to add home. Then I'm going to add patient list. I'm going to add patient. I'm going to add report and then exit. When you create these menu strip items, it automatically gives them a name. So if I right click and go to properties, the name should automatically be home tool strip menu item, and the text should automatically be whatever you put in there. So for this exit, I'm going to double click it and just click application.exit. I'm just going to run it to make sure that works. And since the connection is established, I'm going to stop doing this connection established. That's getting a bit annoying. So I'm going to exit that and just go over here and press Control K, Control C to comment it out. And I'm going to just start it all over again. Good. So the form loads and we have our menu items and we have our current time that's constantly running. We have the image. When I click exit, it should exit the application. Good. All right. So what I want to do is create a method that allows you to view child forms on top of the main display panel. So if I go here and I click this, this is called panel 1. I'm going to change this to main display panel. Okay. And I'm going to go back to the code and I'm going to initiate a form object to null. So private form active form equals null, and then private void open child form. It's going to take in a parameter of form. And what I want to do is get the active, the form, if it equals null, if active form, or if it's not equal to null rather, then the active form becomes a child form. And then the child form, that top level is going to equal false. We're going to initialize the form border style to none, and then fill it, dock it so that it fills the entire panel. And the form border style being equal to none takes away this right here. Whenever you run your form, you have these this minimize, this maximize, and this exit button. When you change the form border style to none, it removes those buttons so that you have a form that's unable to be moved by the user, which is okay in this sense because I'm loading it onto this panel. So form border style equals none. And then we're going to do child form.dock. Equals docstyle.fill. And then the main panel, main display panel, dot controls, dot add the child form. And then the main panel, we're going to bring the child form to the front. And then show the child form. And I think this should work. So I'm going to go back to my designer, double click, what do we have here? Oh, homepage. So I'm going to do open child form, new homepage form. And just to show that it's working, I'm going to go to my Solution Explorer, double click my home page, and just drag a label. You know what? Let's do this. Go to code behind, and on form load, no, I'll just do a label. Yeah, I'll just do a label. So just grab a label for testing purposes. Put the label here. Go to properties and put homepage form. Okay, save. So when you start the application, you'll see the main form, and then when you click homepage, it's going to take you to the homepage form, and it's going to load right here in this panel. Okay, maybe not. Okay, there's a mistake. That's fine. Programming, we make mistakes. Open child form, new homepage. .cs. Something is not correct. Let me try to figure this out. Open child form, new homepage form. Whenever you call this active form, child form border style equals none, child form docs.fill, main panel controls add child form, main panel bring to front, child form show. If active form, oh, I see, I made a mistake. So if the active form is not equal to null, you want to close the active form. Okay, and then take all of this out. And then after you close the active form, then you want to load the child form. There we go. Okay, so save, build, click start. Okay, go home, and something's wrong. Okay, so stop. Oh, is this the main? Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, this is the main display. This is the picture box. I see what I've done. So what I'm going to do is this. I've called this main display. What I'm going to do is call this just panel 1. Time panel, rather. So time panel. And then this is picture box. Time panel. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. So I'm going to remove this and not dock that at the bottom. There we go. So now we're going to rename this display panel. Should still be working. Press start. There we go. So now it's working. So whenever you load the form, all right, this main form is going to show up with the current time and this image, and these labels and this image are on this panel. This panel is the main display panel where all the child forms are going to load up later on. So whenever you click this home button, it's going to run this method and it's going to open up the homepage form. Now what I'm going to do is go to the design or my Solution Explorer, go back to my home page. I'm going to copy this actually. In fact, I'm going to copy the whole panel, copy it, go to my home page, delete this label, and then I'm going to paste this here. Good. So now what I want to do is whenever you run the application, it'll load the current time and this image onto this main display panel. And then when you click these other buttons, it'll load different forms. But when you click back home, it'll go to the home page, which is basically just this. Yeah, right now it's not working, so I'm gonna have to go in there and make it work. Go to the home page. First I'm already on the home page. So go back to my main form, view code, and I'm just going to do this all over again. Home page. So go to the designer, grab a timer object. So go here, click this here, go to my events, copy the date time, or rather write date time. Date time equals date time dot now. This is irritating. And then timer label, time label dot text equals date time dot toString. And then start the timer object here. So now whenever you run the application, it loads this form with the image, the current time, and then when you click home, it should be the exact same form. But the purpose of this is that whenever we load these separate forms using these buttons here, what it does is it closes the application, or it closes the current form. And if you don't have something already on your home form, then it doesn't show. Or it's empty. So I needed to duplicate the labels in the image on the separate home form, child form. Okay, that took a while. Let's keep going. So that's the home page. Now we're going to go to add patient. So I'm going to click add, Windows form, add patient form. .cs. Go back here to my Solution Explorer. In fact, I'm going to click here and go to my properties to copy the dimensions, where it's 618 by 640, or 618 by 448. I don't think that's correct. Let's go here, main form. This is 637 by 487. So let's go back here, make sure that the form, yeah, let's delete, let's close out of this first. Go to the home page, go properties, it's on the home page form. So I'm going to go to dimensions and change it so that they're equal. And then I'm going to go here to my add patient form. There we go. Go to my properties, make sure that they're equal. And I'm going to remove the form border style. Go to form border style equals none. And that takes that away. That's what I did wrong. So you want to make sure that the size is equal to this after you've taken off the form border style. There we go. So this is going to be patient input page. So I'm going to drag a panel, a label, and a text box. So panel. There we go. I'm going to drag a label and a text box. Okay. As usual, I'm going to take this label and I'm going to remove the auto size. And for now, I'm going to put a border on it just so I can see it. So border style equals a fixed single. I'm gonna put this up here. And I'm gonna take this text box, I'm gonna put it in here. And I'm gonna dock these to the top. So dock to the top. I'm gonna dock this to the top. Good. And I'm gonna decrease that panel size right there. I'm gonna change this text alignment to middle center. And just to make sure that all the text is gonna fit there, my longest text string is going to equal phone number, but it looks like it's gonna fit. Good, it fits. So I'm gonna keep it this size, but I'm gonna change this back to first name. Okay. So I'm gonna take this and just move it right up here, copy it, and move this over here. Now, since this screen is obviously a lot larger than what this needs, I'm going to actually increase the font size of this. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to increase the size of this panel. Go here to properties, font. I like Sago UI. I'm going to change this to 12, regular. Good. And then I'm going to increase this. Well, I guess that doesn't increase, does it? So let's see. This whole panel is 634. So 634 divided by 2 equals 317. So I want to make this 317 in length and decrease this panel right here. We're actually in the panel properties right now, but when you because the components are docked, whenever you change the size of the panel, it automatically changes the size of the components. And I think that was a 318, was it? 317. So we're gonna change this to 317. So now the label's automatically sized, the text box is automatically sized. Select the whole thing, copy and paste. And that's actually a bit too long. So let's delete that. And I'm gonna change this to about 305. Copy it, paste. There we go. And that should fit right there. Good, that's a perfect fit. Yeah, that's a good fit. So I'm gonna have first name, last name, physician, code status, admit date, birth date, age, gender, address, so on and so forth. So let's just copy all of these. First I'm gonna do is take this right here, drag it, keep this label the same, but instead of a text box, I'm gonna delete that and put a datetime picker. And I'm going to dock that to the top. Good. This is going to be for the admit date and the birth date, so I'm going to change these values here. Copy this. Change this to date of birth. Okay. So first I'm going to move these down here just to get them out of the way for now. Copy these. So that's going to be physician and code status. And then we're going to do admit date and birth date. And then this is going to be age, address. I'm going to do marital status and ethnicity, religion, and then primary diagnosis. And for the primary diagnosis, I only need one. So I'm going to copy that, paste it, put it over here, increase this entire thing, and then increase this whole thing here. Click this text box, go to properties, and make this a multi-line. Multi-line equals true. And then go to scroll bars and put both. And then drag this all the way down. So just change these label names for now. First name, last name. This is going to be physician. This is going to be code status. Admit date, birth date. This is going to be age and gender. This is going to be address. This is going to be phone number. This is going to be marital status. This is going to be ethnicity. This is going to be religion and room number. And then this is a primary diagnosis. Okay, so what we need to do is go back here, go to the main form, double click the add patient tool item, and then just run this method. But instead of loading the home page, we load the add patient form. Add patient form, save, build, start. There we go. So you click home, it's going to another form, but it's identical to this form. So you see the same information, but if you click add patient, here you have your patient data entry form. And that looks very difficult to read. So I'm gonna go in and change the color of the text boxes. Just go back to Solution Explorer, add patient form. I'm gonna click each of these and then click control. Click properties and go to back color. I'm going to make that just a bit darker. I'm going to make this, I don't know, dim gray is fine. And then change the font for color to white, and then change the font to bold. And then what can we do? It still looks, let's just run it just to see what it looks like. Add patient. That still looks not great. So how about we change the label colors instead? So let's undo. And then go to properties. Instead of dark gray, we can make it light gray. And then make these labels. Let's do blue on blue, see what that looks like. back color equals, and let's say the foreground color equals white. Let's make that bold. It's already bold. It's regular. Let's make it bold. Good. Okay. Let's try this. And you can obviously make this look however you want. Okay, that looks a bit better. I'm gonna put in the tab stop. So if you go up to edit or view and go to tab order, I'm gonna click each one of these one by one. And then go back here and click tab order. And what I've forgotten to do was put in a save button. So I'm gonna drag this entire panel just a bit over here and put a save button here. And then we can actually get into making our Firebase save in real time. I'm gonna click this, change this text to save, and then go up here and change it to save button. I'm gonna run this just to see what it looks like. Save, start, add patience, go here, making, okay. Tab stop isn't working. Okay, that's not working. Let's try again. Tab stop. Oh, you know what the problem is? It's the panels. So, 1, 2, no. You know what? Whenever I use multiple panels, it seems to throw off the tab stop because it's trying to tab into the panels as well. So I'm just not going to mess with that right now. I think if you just use nothing but text boxes without putting them inside panels, it wouldn't be a problem. So I'm just not going to mess with that right now. But what's most important is that whenever you click the add patient button, this loads, and then you can type patient information directly here. This isn't very sexy to look at, but this is just a demo application. Okay, so exit. I'm gonna change these to bold and white, just so I can see them better. Oh. Wow. Sorry. Go here, change this to white. Change this to bold. And hopefully we can see that better. Nope, we cannot. That is even worse. Wow. So let's change that to black. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, that looks a lot better. Good. So this is my save button. So I'm going to double click this, and now we're going to get into actually saving this to Firebase. In fact, I'm going to go here, back to the designer. I'm going to drag this up here. Never mind. drag this up here, and then copy it. Make these just a bit bigger. Okay. So I'm gonna make this just a bit bigger. Good. So this is the save button. This will be the cancel button. And when I click cancel, it's just going to do this not close. Go back here, and when we click the save button, that's when we're going to get into our CRUD application when you save it to the Firebase. So I'm going to put that in the next video.